Oh my God. Jerry Springer style.
Jerry Springer. Hola, amigos.
Steve. Steve.
Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania. Oh, my voice.
Yeah.
Too much
What
singing
was
last
that?
night. Too much singing last night. Hey, we got James the Extreme Jim House. Sorno, how are you?
I am good. I am polishing up all my belts and ready to defend all the titles today.
All the time.
I'm taking on all comers.
That one. Take you all on.
It's like Jim House from the Super J Cup.
Jim House. You got all
Jim
these DJs.
House.
You need a title belt that looks like the turntable.
Yeah, I was thinking about making one years ago. I was thinking about making one. Trust me.
That would be awesome. Imagine you come out to do your set and you come out with that belt.
The turntable title belt. I mean, like, yeah, the battle begins. I know, right? Can you imagine? Oh, well, I'm too old for that shit, though.
Yeah.
20 years ago, maybe. 30 years ago, actually, maybe.
Zeus, the King Dark, will appear later. I'm assuming, but
yeah, he's signing autographs and taking pictures with Tanahashi right now.
Yeah, they're
I think he's still consoling Tanahashi after his loss.
Yeah, to Okada, or
yeah. And
you know what?
He's trying to catch Tanahashi to be like, you should tag team with Okada again. It's 5 years ago. Do it again.
You know, I'll tell you something that I found weird when they did that San Jose show recently. They last minute made that Okada Tanahashi match for it, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a week or so before the show, and people who had tickets to it, I saw them talking on the various discussion boards and Reddit and this and that, and they were all excited. They're like, "We're getting to see Okada Tanahashi on U.S. soil." Oh my god! And I was like, they did that in Dallas. Remember that that first round of the G1 they did in Dallas, and that was the main event was Okada Tanahashi. I was like, well, they already did this, guys.
They're going around now. They're going to be in Philly. They're going to be in Washington, D.C. like in the next month or so. So they're going around. But yeah, they did that already. You know,
I was surprised. People have like is it hamster memories? They have just tiny memories.
Fucking idiots. But they're starting to show that show on Access, and they showed the Mercedes Moné match against Kyrie, and it was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was all right. You know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
I mean, you know, it's a decent match. You know. You know, I give Sasha Banks credit for actually selling, so it was okay. You know, but it was all right. You know. SmackDown was SmackDown.
Hopefully the DDT didn't turn into a KO hip toss or whatever.
No, it was good. There's a table spot in there that was pretty good. It was all right. It was all right.
Oh, so what were you saying about SmackDown? What happened on SmackDown?
Well, I didn't get to see much because I wasn't feeling too hot. So I figured, you know, I see the most important thing that everybody was talking about. So thank God they opened the show with it. It was the first ever face-to-face between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Ooh, and their big WrestleMania matchup. Ooh. And then like after seeing them face-to-face in the ring, it made me realize that they should have put the strap on Sam because he has a bigger rocket. It just. First of all, you know the promo is going to be about Dusty Rhodes, and it was. Okay, fine. Right. Can you not do the father thing? I mean, ever since you came back, you've been doing the father thing. It's done. It's played. Okay, number one. Two, you know, I get what Cody was saying, but he's always been the underdog. because he even mentioned in his promo, he said, I took a bunch of my friends and put 10,000 people in the seats for a top indie show. It said it couldn't be done. I did it. I wasn't going to survive Stardust. It said it couldn't be done. I was going to be buried. I didn't. And so he was going over all this stuff, and Roman Reigns was like, you need to understand something. I've been bred for this. I main event at WrestleMania is your father bred me for this.
Man.
So it had its moments, but just seeing that just made me realize that, is Cody Rhodes really the guy to take the strap off Reigns? Maybe as our discussion pre-show, maybe WWE painted themselves in the corner a little bit, and they got an Oscar problem. Like when Oscar was NXT champion, you was mentioning earlier today.
Yes, when she was NXT champion, no one wanted her. No one wanted the undefeated streak to end. Number one,
right.
Number two, there's really no one who really deserved to take the title off her. Like, people wanted Ember Moon to do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're like, Ember Moon's wasn't really like at her level or something.
No.
So it was just like, well, who can do it? Like, what were they going to do? And in the end, she vacated the title and went to the main roster, and no one looked good for a long time as the women's champion, because they didn't get that rub, right?
Right, exactly.
And it took Shayna Baszler's 2 reigns to kind of grab the title for when Rhea Ripley won it, because that was
the big moment. Right,
yeah,
exactly.
And it felt completely rehabbed at that point, and then they fucked that up.
Yeah,
they had Rhea Ripley lose it to Charlotte and at WrestleMania, and then it just became a little prop and this, blah blah blah.
Now the thing with Reigns, I think they painted themselves in the corner, because who's going to be the viable superstar to take it off? Reigns. Okay, would it be nice? You got the built-in story with Cody, yes, but Cody's going to have to step it up.
Yeah.
And as much as I think Reigns improved, because I remember when he was in the ring cutting promos with John Cena, Cena was making him look like an amateur, you know. But as much as Reigns improved, and yes, he has, it goes to show you that Rhodes might not even be on Reigns' level now, and I don't even think Reigns is on that high of a level.
It's difficult. There's really, on the main roster at the moment, the only one who doesn't have the stain of losing to Roman is Cody.
Right, exactly.
He's the only one on the roster, on the main roster at the moment, that you can potentially do this with.
Yeah.
The only other options you have would be something like Walter, Gunther, or the other thing is the problem with this one is this is even further down the road, right? Would be Braun Breaker.
Right.
So it's not a good. So it's either you do it now with Cody, or it's not. You wait another year.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Right. I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther. That would be awesome. Because especially coming off his performance at the Royal Rumble.
What I see happening is Cody's going to win it, and somehow when Cody's a champion, it's going to get split. It's going to get split up again, and then Gunther will win.
That's why they bring in Jay White, but they have to put it on Cody Rhodes that they're going to sign Jay White.
Well, but Jay White's even further down the road. He's even further down the road, James. They're not going to. I can't imagine them hot-shotting Jay White to the main roster.
But if you're going to bring him in
for this audience,
Right. If you're gonna bring him in, at least people will have some because they'll have. They know they've had history. You
Right.
know, because but that's the only way to bring Jay White in, because otherwise he's going to be a small fish in a big pond. You know.
Mm.
Now,
Well, but
I prefer Gunther. I think that'd be good, but I totally agree with you. They're going to put the belts on Cody, and they're going to split the titles. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I think Jay White is now we're hardcore wrestling fans, right?
Mhm.
We've been watching this our whole life, basically, right? And we've watched wrestling from like basically every continent, almost every decade you can think of. Like
I
we've
was
seen all
drinking
kinds of
beers.
wrestling.
I was drinking beers with George Hackenschmidt. Yeah, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is we're hardcore wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So, but we are not the average WWE fan.
No,
So to them, it would be a
far from it.
mistake. It would be a mistake to put Jay White on the main roster anytime soon.
No,
You
I
have
agree.
to build
Yeah,
him up
yeah.
for them.
Put him in
For the
NXT.
greater WWE audience, you have to build up Jay White for them, because to them he's a
Mm-hmm.
nobody. He's an
Right.
absolute nobody.
Yeah.
To the main WWE audience, he's a nobody. So you have to build him up, and you can. The thing is, he is an unknown enough that you can do that. So that's
Yeah, but didn't they try that with
positive.
Kenta and they fucked that up?
No, the thing with Kenta was he kept getting injured. Kenta kept getting injured, and that kept messing. Oh, Zeus is here early. Hold on,
Mm-hmm.
Zeus.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, Zeus, you're in the house.
Yeah, we're surprised you're here early. We're like, what?
teacher let we ended class on our own, so that was nice.
Oh, you brown nose. Look at you.
Yeah, we know what happened. Zeus is like, hey, he looked at his watch. I want to go to my show, and they're like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll give you backstage passes to Tanahashi's autograph session. Now let me go.
He probably threatened to break more chairs. They're like, no,
Yeah,
sir.
I know, right? Please. How you doing, big guy?
Good.
Good.
It was funny because so I was, as class was winding down, I was like, I don't want to use the little mini Zeus photo anymore because he's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And so I just Googled my stuff because I'm not on. I didn't want to log in to Twitter on this school computer, and right. And so I just searched for my and under the images, and my picture from my backstage pass from Survivor Series 2001 came up, and I'm like, and it said it's from Sportskeeda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and so for this article that they did October 30th, 2021, is 7 long-term storylines in WWE that were ruined with a bad ending. And they shared my tweet, right? It was
Wow.
Nice.
WWE's invasion angle in 2001, and it's got my tweet, and it's where I'm holding my Dudley's poster from that, the backstage pass, and then the WCW Nitro and ECW Thunder posters I had from that night. So
Fucking Zeus is everywhere.
Right? I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, that's pretty cool.
So we were just discussing how WWE is painting themselves in a corner.
Well, yeah. Well, we were saying that James was saying that Cody Rhodes isn't coming off too well in the build-up versus Roman Reigns, and saying maybe they missed the boat not having Sammy be the guy. And I was saying, well, but Cody is like the only one who doesn't have that stain of not losing the Roman already. on the main roster at the moment, he's the only guy. Otherwise, you have to wait like another year to build someone up who isn't on the main roster at the moment. We were saying, well, yeah, like have they painted themselves into a corner with the Roman Reigns title reign? And we were comparing it to Asuka's NXT title reign because in her title reign, she had the undefeated streak. No one wanted to see her undefeated streak end, and at the same time, no one seemed deserving to take the belt off her. And so they just had her vacated and go to the main roster, and it kind of ruined the title for a long time. So that's to summarize everything.
Yeah.
But once again, I also think that, I mean, when we discuss things like this, I think we're different kind of fans than the casual fan. And I think that's what's so great about being able to talk to my advisor here, who's a, much more casual WWE fan, because she's very excited for Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's very excited for Cody. She really likes Sammy, as well. She's, been enjoying a lot of the stuff. And I think that's where your success is in the casual, fan that's a good follower, but, not like nerds like us.
Right. I was just thinking, it was more compelling with Sammy versus Roman because they had that built-in storyline, and the crowd was eating it up. Now here with Cody, of course, I was telling Pedro earlier, Zeus, they had their meeting on SmackDown last night. The first ever face-to-face, blah, blah, whatever, and it was okay. It was a good promo on both their parts, and it was about Dusty. How you had Cody Rhodes saying this, and Roman Reigns was like, "Yeah, but I've main events in WrestleManias already. I've been groomed for this, Cody. Your father groomed me for this." Right. So it's already going into that area, and
that WWE used to do quite a bit, is they'd set some people up for success and then snatch it from out from
yeah.
I mean, remember when Sid won the WWF title?
Yeah.
That was kind of a surprise shock. I honestly wouldn't be. I would be a little shocked, but not incredibly shocked if they did something like that, where a third person gets
involved,
or something like that after, But
I think Pedro made a good point because he said he sees them putting the belts on Cody only to split the titles.
To split them up.
Only split the titles again.
It seems like where this is going, they're going to put it on Cody so they can split it up. Because it seems like they want a title on each show again. I'm not saying that's what they should do. Like I think we all prefer having one championship.
One champion, just one.
Yeah,
just one champion for all the things. But it seems they want to split it up again. Is the feeling I'm getting.
I mean, I've heard that, but I mean, I don't know, because I don't see Cody as being a particularly long-term champion.
Right.
I think that, I think that depends on, how things go with Cody as champion. So I don't know, because I mean, if they would just elevate the U.S. and Intercontinental titles more, they wouldn't have to split the world title up.
Well, and Gunther's done a good job with his Intercontinental title reign.
He has.
The U.S. titles, it's all right lately. It seems it's not like horrible.
I like it on Austin Theory. I got no problem with Austin Theory.
I'm talking about the booking of it. The booking of it's been all right. Yeah, it's been all right. It hasn't been terrible lately.
Like I said, if they were able to treat it, as so like if you started the second hour of each of the shows with a U.S. title angle match, something, something where you could go, okay, well, this is the most important, the second most important title on the show. This is the U.S. champion. We're going to showcase him. It's just, that if people understood that those belts were more important, that would actually, make having the single title, just because of the way that they've been able to book and have Roman on, on SmackDown and Raw, and it be successful.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's just my thoughts.
No, it sounds right. I agree. I mean, I agree because it makes sense. I mean, as far be it for WWE to do things that make sense.
Hey, Zeus, you were mentioning you didn't see Cody as a long-term title reign, right?
Right. Maybe
he'll be done by SummerSlam if he wins it at WrestleMania.
Well, I was just gonna say I was looking this up because I was thinking, Dusty didn't have very long title reigns. He really didn't. Some of his title reigns were only a month long.
No, but he was busy booking too. I mean,
So it would be family tradition for him to have a short title reign.
Brutal.
It was 3 weeks after he won it in Greensboro.
Yeah. Wasn't it just
that's almost Tommy Rich style.
It's a handful of days. His very first one from Harley Race. So
yeah. His first two were just maybe the one where his second one was a little long, but I know there was one that was just like a week.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
The one in Greensboro was 3 weeks. That was it. It seemed longer than that. Wow.
No, because that's when Baby Doll turned
right.
on.
Yeah.
And Flair won the belt back. And
it's I was looking forward to this WrestleMania until last Monday when I saw fucking Becky Lynch and Lita win the tag team straps from Damage Control. And I'm like, why? Okay, first of all, Lita looked like she was fucking blown up before she got to the ring. Okay? 2, if you're going to put Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey as your champs, then have them fight Damage Control. It's a much more interesting storyline. It's a better matchup for Dakota Kai and I mean for Io Sky, and because then now it's a no-brainer. Now that they know Ronda Rousey's going to win. I mean, her and Shayna Baszler are going to win the straps. I mean, that would have been an interesting matchup to go against. Whole thing with Damage Control. Have Bailey and Ronda Rousey's head. Heel Bailey going after Rousey. That would have been interesting to me. This is not interesting.
So is this the Mania plan?
We're just about a month away now, right?
Yeah.
So they really have to solidify everything. They have to, get the promo materials and things ready. It's it's such an institution and such a big deal. I think that the excitement level of having things being able to change on the fly kind of gets eliminated, especially for something like, WrestleMania. And so I once again, I think it's, I think we're a little bit too into the type of things. And, honestly, we've been spoiled, we're so spoiled because of, it used to be, one pay-per-view a year, 2 a year.
Yeah.
Now with big things being able to change, more rapidly, I think that, we, like I said, I think we expect a lot.
Yeah, but we do. I mean, I'm not going to lie, Zeus. I do. I mean, I have to admit, their pay-per-views or premium live events, excuse me, have really been good shows. But the TV shows have sucked. Yeah.
I mean, the pay-per-views should be the good show.
Yeah. But
That's where
hold on,
stuff
but
should
Pedro,
blow off.
I remember when pay-per-views used to suck too. It used to be like, wow, this is a whole on pay-per-view. This is garbage. But
I mean,
it hasn't been like that.
I prefer the days when they had a limited number of pay-per-views. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like if the schedule was just Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, King of the Ring, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, that's the perfect schedule for me. But then you had the Saturday night's main events in between, right?
Yeah.
And then on the NWA WCW side, you had your pay-per-views, and then you had the Clash of the Champions.
Right. Right.
So those were better times, in terms of how things got stretched out. But once it's like a lot of things, once you let the genie out of the bottle, it's hard to put the genie back in.
Toothpaste back in the tube.
It's the problem with like movies. It's the problem we've seen with movies.
Change now because, like you said, they're not beholden to pay-per-view companies.
Right.
Honestly, like especially for America, I mean, is anybody buying WrestleMania on Fight in America?
Do they offer it on Fight? I don't think they do.
Or whatever. I mean,
yeah. It's often, but I don't think in America. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, if you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it with Peacock. I mean, I would assume, but you're
gonna pay the $5 or $10 a month, whatever it is.
Yeah,
and you're just gonna go ahead and watch it like that. It doesn't matter.
And I mean, not for nothing, not only do you get to see all the WWE pay-per-views, right, with the Peacock thing, you get to see like movies, like the movies are supposed to be in theaters. You can watch some movies.
Like Megan.
There's like a number of sports. I watched the World Cup from the Peacock. I watched I've been watching the rugby, the Six Nations thing, because me and my friend Don follow that every year. Like, these are all things I get to watch because of Peacock.
I remember when they charged almost $100 for WrestleMania that one year on pay-per-view. I was like, what? $100?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you crazy?
Hey, you want to talk about pay-per-views, though? Because I think AEW still does pay-per-views, don't you?
Well, they got Revolution, right?
Yeah, that's I said they have a pay-per-view tomorrow.
That's today or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. We need Lux on so we can make fun of this to him. I'm joking.
Yeah. So you can talk about MJF and stroke his own cock. Yeah.
Oh my God. This I'm looking at this card. It's such a great card.
The only thing that interests me is I would like to see if MJF can actually do a 60-minute match.
I mean,
are you serious?
He's having an Iron Man match with Bryan Danielson.
James. Bryan Danielson is in the match, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you recall Bryan Danielson taking Hangman Page to the best match he will likely ever have in his life?
Yeah,
it went a full hour. Remember on TV?
Yeah.
So if Bryan Danielson's in the match will be fine. I'm not saying it's going to be great. I'm not saying it's going to be like super good. It's going to be fine because Bryan Danielson is in the match. He unless he takes a bump he shouldn't be taking, is going to be fine. I'm more interested.
Be blading like John Moxley, so that's.
I don't know about that. They might blade because everyone loves to blade in that company, but I'm more interested in how much spray tanner will be left on the canvas.
Well, at least he's not jumping into a pool and fucking iodining.
Oh yeah.
And thrown in the ocean.
Hey, let me go over this card super fast. Look, you got Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry in a final burial match.
A buried alive match? Yeah, okay.
They're calling it a final burial match.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks in a singles match. The Jericho Appreciation Society are banned from ringside. The Elite, which is Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, the Bucks versus the House of Black, which is Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews for the 6-man tag team titles or the trios titles or whatever. The match of the night. Here comes the match of the night. Y'all ready?
Here we go.
It's a 3-way match for the AEW Women's Championship. Jamie Hayter versus Paige versus Ruby Soho.
That's gonna suck balls. You know that, right?
Match of the night.
That's gonna suck massive donkey dick.
Now, you're talking about blading. Here's a match guaranteed to have blading. Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match.
Oh, Lord. It's just another Wednesday. I'm going to rip off his earring, but wait, he's bleeding from the middle of his forehead. How did that happen? Well, it always happens if you rip off someone's earlobe. They bleed from their forehead. Oh, okay.
Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT title. A 4-way match for the tag team titles between the Guns, the Acclaimed, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
Oh,
and
Lord.
then, of course, the 60-minute Iron Man match, MJF versus Bryan Dillon. This is a terrible card, is it not?
I mean, is it any more or less terrible than any of the rest of their crap?
That's true.
Nah. I'm not even excited about it. It's not like, you know.
Well, are you and Lux gonna watch it or?
No, he's gonna watch. I'm sure he is. I'm not watching it.
Oh yeah. That's right. Y'all live in different cities.
Yeah, I'll be down there for WrestleMania weekend. Actually, him and I are doing WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah. So you know. Huh?
What, Zeus?
Are you gonna try to take in an independent show or WrestleMania itself?
No.
Like, just they're gonna hang out at Lux's home or whatever.
Yeah. WrestleMania is a lot in
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah, but the big show is going to be going on the whole weekend. You want to watch that Ring of Honor pay-per-view on that Friday.
Oh God.
Then on that Saturday is Saturday morning you get the NXT pay-per-view, and then Saturday night you got night 1 of WrestleMania, and then Sunday night you got night 2, and then the Thursday's opening weekend for baseball, so it's opening day, so that all wraps into it. Yeah. So,
hey, that Ring of Honor thing, they started they did their TV tapings, and now they started rolling out the TV shows on that thing.
I've heard mixed reviews. I heard some of it was good. I heard some of it was really bad.
James, the first episode is like 2 hours and 7 minutes long of like just the same stuff you probably get on Dark, just with a few longer matches.
Really?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me.
Pure pee caca?
A pure division pee caca. Well, I mean, Ring of Honor is dead, isn't it? I mean,
you know,
another TV show to them now.
I would get the Honor Club just to get the Honor Club just to rest the old Ring of Honor shit. I would do that, but I wouldn't, I don't know about anything else. You know, I haven't seen. I haven't seen enough of the Ring of Honor stuff. Now, well, is it Ring of Honor still, or is it AEW? Has it officially changed its thing?
Well, no, they're still trying to run it like it's
yeah,
Ring of Honor, because they got Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman doing the commentary.
Okay.
I mean, props to them for at least doing that. And
yeah, I know they got the Honor Club shit back up. Yeah,
I mean, they're a good commentary team too. They're better than the commentary team AEW has on any of their shows. So.
Well, who the fuck wants to watch Excalibur? You know,
Taz.
Taz an idiot.
What is it? What show is this? Who am I?
You know, I miss Caprice Coleman having the AML title just because it looked good on him. The title belt and him seemed to go well together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm not even. It's just I don't know. So we'll see what happens that weekend. I'm gonna watch the Ring of Honor show because he's gonna watch it. So I'm gonna watch it. If it's worth anything, I'll say something. If not, I'm gonna let him have it. So
I'm looking. So on the first TV show, they had Mark Briscoe versus Slim J. They had the Kingdom versus the Infantry.
That's where the Kingdom ended up at Ring of Honor. Oh yeah. Lord, no.
Zack Sabre Jr. defended the TV title against Blake Christian, in New Japan World Vision title. Christopher Daniels versus Rohit Raju.
The hell is that?
That Takashita, a guy from DDT versus Josh Woods. The Embassy, which was Brian Cage and some other people versus just a bunch of jobbers, really. And then Ari Daivari versus Metallic. Madison Rain and Sky Blue versus the Renegades. Willow Nightingale versus Lady Frost. And then Claudia Cesaro versus AR Fox.
That might be interesting.
I mean, some of these match times are just 2 5 minutes long, 2 4 minutes long. I mean, they're not very long matches. It's just a bunch of short matches.
Madison Rain, really? Brutal.
You got to get the Air Zagiri, James.
Yeah. Lord.
Hey, I'm glad, Zeus. I'm glad you're here because I only watched a little bit of wrestling this week, and it was that free day of New Japan CMLL Fantastic Mania. I saw the last 3 matches.
Fantastic Mania.
Yeah, there was a trios match, and then there was Chris Kattan versus Templario, and then what was it? Soberano Jr. versus Titan. It was fun, but it was just highlights reels, kind of recycled CML stuff. Did you catch any of that stuff since it was free, or?
No, I did not. It's been so hectic. I haven't really caught anything. So, but yeah, I did catch that Fantastic Mania card, off the collection.
Hey, Zeus, let me ask you, who's Okada's next title defense?
Right, good question. I mean, that's a huge problem now.
Yeah, but especially if he's going to tag with Tanahashi again. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're going after the titles, which is scary because to me, they usually don't let, they usually don't let the heavyweight champion tag team titles. So, and honestly, Tanahashi and Okada, they're not historically a great tag team, and so they're either doing this to take the belts off of Goto and Yoshihashi.
Your boy!
Or they're trying to do this to get him more over. To get him a win, a pinfall on Okada or
yeah, maybe
Hashi to cement him as a major star.
He's the new Kenny Omega in New Japan.
Because what we need. We need.
Because I was looking down the road. I said, wait a minute. Who's the I don't see Okada making any title defenses soon at all.
So
nothing.
Here's my thing: if it somehow ends up that Yoshihashi wins the IWGP World Title,
oh my God! Stop, Zeus.
even for 5 minutes, I would get Tully Blanchard, okay, to kick his ass and take the belt from him, just so he could have, you could get the stink off of it.
I
Oh my god!
I have a warning for y'all. I made a graphic a while back of Yoshihashi with the IWGP title just in case this happens one day.
I don't even think he can lift the IWGP title.
Oh, James, if I showed y'all the graphic, his diminutive size, it plays into the graphic.
Okay.
Yeah, I will wait. If it happens, I'll show y'all the graphic.
No.
Let's hope we never have to see the graphic.
Yeah, but Zeus already said it, so you know what's going to happen. You know.
Well, we've joked about it for a while. I've been joking about it for a while. That
can you imagine?
New Japan has done a bad job of in the recent past. They've done a bad job of getting people ready to be the next stars.
Now they got no Jay White.
They had this established crew, and they're getting a lot of years out of this established crew. And now they're trying to build up with Shota and some other people for the future, but they're not at the point yet to get there, right?
Right.
But they had people that they could have built up that they didn't.
I mean, do we really want to see Ospreay and Okada again? No. You know, I mean, come on. Oh Lord.
You know, the thing is kind of like you're saying, we got this gap in their dojo graduates. You know, it's like ready for the titles. You know, because the older guys really don't need to start putting over guys like this. But that's the problem with the stagnation. Which honestly, if they if they were to send people like, Aaron Henare and Hanare and Narita and some of these other guys to like, all Japan, at least they could get some work with some other people and, and just not be around to be in these multi-man matches and end up, with meaningless wins and losses just for the sake of everybody being on the same bus and being on a big bus tour and and then because I mean you got all these titles and stuff in New Japan, and it's like, is there anybody that's not a name that's got a belt other than Yoshihashi? Because I mean, TV title, it's Zack Sabre Jr. He's an established top single star. He's right underneath that main event level. I mean, he's been he won the New Japan Cup twice. He's done well in the G1s.
Speaking of the brackets,
New Japan Cup.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with that bracket that you showed us, Zeus. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Why does Chase Owens get a first time?
You know what? I have no clue.
It's so weird, right? Like, why him?
I mean, he hasn't beat anybody. I mean, if you could say, oh well, he beat Tanahashi, in a tag team match, he beat Tanahashi or something. Sure, maybe I can see that, but I mean, he literally has not done anything that any other, end of the line. It's like giving, it'd be like putting Bushi at, with a first round bye.
I was looking at that bracket. I was looking at that bracket for the New Japan Cup, and I'm going, what? Like, really? I mean, okay. I'm like, this makes you want to tune in, not.
I have no sadness about canceling my New Japan World.
No. It's
subscription.
Horrible. Horrible.
And hey, you mentioned All Japan, Zeus.
Yeah.
I watched that Nagata match where he won the Triple Crown.
Mhm.
Did any of you watch it?
No,
I
I saw bits and pieces. I saw highlights. I didn't see the whole thing.
I fell asleep multiple times during this match.
That is
Now
not a good sign.
this could be, well, I mean, it could yes or no, right? Because I mean, I get so little sleep. I fall asleep in front of my desk a lot. It's painful. Don't fall asleep in front of your desk. It doesn't feel great. But I did fall asleep multiple times during this match. I didn't see anything I didn't see anything extraordinary in this match. It was just a match from what I saw. I mean, when I wasn't asleep, it just seemed like a match. The Kento, what's his name? Kento Miyonora or something?
Yeah.
I don't know how you say his name. He his knee strike is really cool looking, but Nagata didn't even really sell it. So it's like, well, what's the point of putting all that effort into making it look good if you're not going to sell it? I don't know. It was just a match.
Yeah. But that's kind of what I'm saying is like, and because Nagata's at the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
But if they send some of the young guys over there, like, I mean, Narita and Umino and let a couple of those guys be like a tag team and go to All Japan and Noah and just let them work there some. I'm not saying them be a like the Suzuki Gun invasion or anything like that, but just let them be an average team and let them kind of learn by wrestling some other guys. Because like every time I do prediction on the collections, I'm just like, it's like 4 or 5 multi-man tag matches. More than 3 people, more than a trios. There's at least 2, 4, and
5 man. Yeah.
tag team matches per card, and I'm just like, it might be fun for because like the one match that was at New Japan in Durham, and that was Bullet Club against all the New Japan good guys, and it was originally supposed to be a 10-man, but because Ibushi got the flu, he wasn't able to travel, and so it was Tanahashi, Juice Robinson, David Finlay, and Nikki Haki against Guerrillas of Destiny, Chase, and Jado. So, but that was the big fun main event. But that was like the only that was the only 4 or 5 man match we had on the card. We had
Right. It's not like it's the third one on the card,
because there was one. I think there was just one 3-on-3. I believe that was Alex Zane and the Rock and Roll Express against Rocky and Yano and Colt Cabana. And everything else was either singles or, regular tag. But I'm just like, all this other stuff, it's just like they could do an A and a B group, buy another bus, like they used to do in WWF and WCW.
Yeah.
They could have an A and a B group.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what they had to do with, when they would send, when they were touring the United States before the pandemic.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So,
Certain that group that was swinging down towards you in the Carolinas and me in Tampa and down there and we hit Miami. Remember, it's always like that. Yeah.
I believe they came to Massachusetts. I believe they came to Rochester, New York.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Pedro earlier that they're going to be in DC and in Philly, I think, this month. So I think they're starting to ramp it up again. You know, so I'm like, okay. I mean, you know, like I don't know who you're getting, you know, but you know.
Once again, though, that's the thing is you go live. You know, you go to a live event, you're gonna have a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the one in Charlotte with that upper deck ticket and just having to meet complete strangers who gave me one of their second row seats.
That's fucking awesome.
How do you beat that? And then just have a blast talking to these people you never met before.
You were on, don't lie, Zeus. You were on the phone with Tanahashi. You put them on speakerphone. They got all excited. They started kissing your ass. You were signing autographs, and there you go.
That was the one where Okan was the only one.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because Ring of Honor, original Ring of Honor. Now we have that. Now we have that term. Original Ring of Honor came to the rescue because of the
original Ring of Honor.
Because of the the working agreement.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, CMLL, and New Japan. That was. And I was so glad to see the Fantastic Mania come back, and
I'm waiting for them to come back down here. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm waiting for them to come back down here.
The fans from that free show I watched, of it, the fans were like so excited to see the Luchadors again in Japan. There's this older lady in red pants in the front row. She was just marking out every time the wrestlers came near her. She was freaking out. She's cheering. She's yelling encouragements to them. She's doing the little heart thing with her hands at them. She was doing all kinds. She was just like so enamored with the Luchadors.
Right,
Luchadors.
I always think it's so funny how over Caveman Barbonaro is. Barbonario, right?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, they love him. He's like Captain Caveman in the 80s, and he's
Captain Caveman.
He's not particularly good or anything, but I mean, they love it. They love the gimmick. They got the plastic bones.
Mm-hmm.
They're waving them in the audience, and that was.
I love Carbonario. Carbonario is fantastic. In Mexico.
This made me think of looking at that New Japan Cup bracket. What's the G1 going to look like?
Shit.
Well, it's not going to have Jay White in it.
No, it's not.
No more J1. No more J1.
No more J1. I mean, are they gonna? Are they even gonna have more than 2 brackets this year for the G1?
No, that's a good question. I don't even know, man. Yeah.
I mean, because this is a lot of. Once again, you're dumping a lot of people into this thing, and why the hell does Tetsuya Naito have to beat El Phantasmo to face Chase Owens? That's the biggest.
That's crazy,
right? because and then just like why the hell is Shingo not in a
Yeah, he holds the title.
Goto has a first round bye, but Shingo does not. That doesn't make any sense. And then some of these people like Sonata and Taichi get paired together in the first round, but Shota Umino and Yujiro get. How is that right?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah,
you're going to lose a guy that should be, that absolutely should be there in the second round. You know, it's just this is some terrible stuff, and
I feel like we complained about the New Japan Cup last year as well for similar reasons.
yeah, they had the same stupid crap.
I like to call this toilet bowl booking, because I think somebody was sitting on the bowl and just booked this whole bracket out just like that. Because it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. Here we are yelling at clouds. This is what I tell people. We're old guys that yell at clouds.
We are. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, hey, let's talk about something else. Did everyone here see Megan?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you have? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you enjoy it, Pedro?
It was hilariously awful, James.
Yeah, that's the point.
Stephanie and I had so much fun watching it, but the writing was abysmally bad. The acting, holy shit! Could these people have acted more wooden though? I think the scenery had more liveness going on than the acting in the movie.
Yeah.
But it was so entertaining because it was so bad. I can't explain it.
Alison Wilson.
Was she the aunt?
Yeah, Alison Williamson. Whatever how you say her name. She was so convincing because she was brutally like wooden. She was like no sympathy for the niece, nothing.
Oh, I don't want to spoil things for Zeus, okay? I will say, Zeus, this is not really a spoiler, but I will say there is no human you really like in this movie. None. You don't like.
That's the point.
I was almost convinced they want us to root for the girl. For the Megan. You're almost like, well, Megan is the better parent for this child.
That movie was made for like 25-30 mil, Pedro.
James, the movie looks cheap as fuck.
Yeah, it was made 30 mil. Yeah, it was cheap.
It looked so. I couldn't believe how bad it looked. It was almost to-be sci-fi bad, and they saved all the budget for the end.
Yeah,
the end was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. We love the end.
That's a good ending.
I can't wait till Zeus sees it because there's something I want to talk about with the end. But there's a moment where Stephanie and I were basically jumping out of our seats, pumping our fists in the air. It was the end is awesome of the movie. We did enjoy the ending a lot.
I'm gonna get the unrated version and watch that.
Yeah, we watched the unrated one on Peacock. We watched it on Peacock, but James, we'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week because I can't say.
I enjoyed it. I was
we had a good time.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a shit movie, so you go into it going, okay, how bad is it going to be? Bad good or bad bad? It was bad good. I was like, oh, this is all right.
It was really bad though.
but I think a lot of it is done on purpose, as you said, because they don't want you rooting for any of the human characters. None.
Hey,
none.
Sorry. I was going to say, something else this week. If you get a chance to see it, pick one up that Pepsi Peeps.
Oh, I saw people talking about that.
Yeah. You're either going to love it or hate it.
Really?
Yes. Oh, look, James sent me trades.
Yeah. I got a mission. I got up to it'll be my 500 trade after this fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, here. Oh, hey. Does that mean you can do a live draft?
Yeah, I can, but I can't do it because I'm using my phone.
Yeah,
on the thing. So
he doesn't have the setup we got.
No.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so I got you your 5 there.
Awesome, thanks, Zeus. So I get 30 stones.
Oh wow.
Or 20 stones, or whatever the fuck it is.
I think it's 30. Yeah,
30 stones for like 500. Yeah.
Because then the last thing is the after you get 1,000 different cards, you get
yeah. That's the only thing I have left.
Yeah, you should be getting that soon.
Yeah. But the collection's been pissing me off too because those drops it's a new drop, but it's brutal, man. You get no 4 stars, man. Nothing. Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like caca.
I really think you should always get a guaranteed event draft card. That's my opinion. You built up you either pay for the stones or you save up for the stones.
I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that Okada pack of stones because they got the Okada card and it comes with like 300 stones. So I'm gonna get that shit.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm gonna go for that. I'm just saying I didn't even see that.
I mean, it's like $30. I figure, fuck it, because I keep spending money on thing anyway. What's the difference? You know?
Yeah, I shouldn't say anything. You know, I spent. Let's see, this past month. Oh my god. I'm lucky Stephanie doesn't listen to our show. What did I spend? I spent like $26 on that a box of WWE Chronicle cards from Panini. I spent like 17 or so on those 2 packs of BBM cards, the Joshi cards, and then I may have spent like 10 or 12 on 2 other Joshi cards that I wanted from last year's.
Please, I'm putting some collection developers kit through college on fucking collection. Okay.
On the main missions, I have let's see, I'm at 324 out of 500 trades to get to the trades one, the 500 successful trades, and then the collect 1,000 types of wrestler cards. I'm at 858 out of 1,000, so I got a while to go on both of those.
Yeah, that's why you can hit it. You can hit us all up for trades, and plus you can use the exchange to get more trade tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I almost got rid of one of my Okada video cards, but somebody offered me a Legends, offered me a Muda, and like I was gonna do it, and when I went back to do it, the fucker pulled the trader back. I was pissed. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, because what happens is they see that you've looked at it.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, oh, I'll just sit on it, then they're just.
Yeah, I wanted a moment to think about it. I had to go through the video card a couple times, and okay, I got my fill of it. Oh fuck it, I'm gonna trade it, and it was gone. I was pissed. I was like, God damn it. I was like, oh well.
Well, I was glad to give Pedro that Choshu.
That's nice.
Oh, thank you.
I want a fucking Chono card. Dude.
Oh yeah, the Maeda card. I didn't even remember having the Maeda card. At first I thought it was that other Maeda card, but then I was like, oh no, that was just in my dreams that I have the other Maeda card.
Only in my dreams.
I looked through your. You can look through other people's factions.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew you had it.
You know which Maeda card I'm talking about, right, Zeus? Where he's standing upright and it's kind of like got purple swirly stuff going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one's if I had that one, I would have said no because that one's super nice. But
yeah. But I figured you'd let this one go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it's got super strong machine in the card too. So.
Only in my dreams.
You want me to sing that next week?
No, it's okay.
Hey, for your streams, maybe think about adding to the list. I think you can pull off Dust in the Wind.
Yes,
I have to try it out.
Yeah, just try it out sometime.
Last night, the second to last thing I did was a mashup. And it was I did a Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka, that into Somewhere Over the Rainbow, into the Rainbow Connection, and then back to it finished back at Pure Imagination. and that thing went really well. I was after the stream was over, late before I went to bed, I like listened back. I watched the clip again. I was just like, "Oh, this turned out so well."
Every time I hear Dustin and Win, I think of old school. Like, Blue, you're my boy, Blue. Just in the wind.
I was having some internet issues again last night. I was depressed. That was frustrating.
Yeah, it was.
Because like last week, all the streams went well, including this one, and this week Wednesday went fine, and then last night the same stuff again. And today's been
You
fine.
need greater
so
bandwidth.
Jay, you said that almost in the tone of voice you do the "you're no good."
You're no good. You need greater bandwidth. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Is there any wrestling on tonight? No, right? I hope not.
Man, don't you miss when like Saturday you had the shows in the morning and then the shows in the evening?
I could use like a WWE superstar show. You know, like see some guy beat up a jobber. You know.
Saturday morning cartoons and wrestling all morning until orange.
Yeah, you know.
You know, and then you go off do whatever, and then at night, you know.
Is it? I read somewhere that Barry Horowitz came back and won a match.
What? Really?
Oh wow!
Yeah. Was it Barry Horowitz?
I don't know.
think it was Barry Horowitz. Yeah, I think it was some old school jobber. I think it was Barry Horowitz. Yeah.
I'm like, James, you are informing us. We don't know.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. I was lost. It's like, what? Barry Horowitz. Jesus.
Let me see here. So, the WWE main event, where does this show air? Does it air on actual TV or is it just an online?
I don't know. I think it airs on TV, but those Fox affiliate channels, not like their main channel. Those like other channels, you know, like in like the faction, like the Fox channel in Massapequa, or is there some shit like that? You know.
I see. Because on Peacock, let's see, the most current one is February 16th, so they're behind them.
Yeah.
I never watched main event, so I couldn't tell you. I was just trying to think of something like a Superstars or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dust in the wind, Blue, you're my boy.
Yeah. The next week or so, all I'll be learning is Beatles songs and drinking songs.
Yeah.
Because St. Patrick's Day falls on a Friday this year. And so what I'm planning on doing is on the air, on Friday Night Jam, I'm going to open a can. I have my brother-in-law gave me this can of stout. I can't remember what it's called, Irish something stout. And the can looks real pretty. It's got all this cool Celtic looking stuff. And I'm gonna open it on the air, pour it on the air, and I'll drink it while I play drinking songs.
Cool.
Scottish drinking songs. That's my plan for St. Patrick's.
Show me the way to go home. Boom, boom, boom.
And then
I had a little drink about an hour ago and it went straight to my head. Yeah.
on the 15th, I'm going to be doing an all Beatles episode. So
that's cool.
That's why I got
today's my birthday. It's my birthday today. Yeah. WrestleMania. Oh God, I hope it's good.
What? You don't hope Revolution is good? No, I'm joking.
Oh, please, watch that shit. Bad enough I witnessed one live. Even though I had a good time at the show, but there was a few matches I was like, you know.
We've all seen bad shows. They're fun live. In a way.
Yeah, but the biggest match that I was so excited to see was Brett Baker and fucking Thunder Rosa turned out to be the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen live.
But didn't I warn you beforehand, James?
Yeah.
Because I had heard. Remember, I had heard that they were going to wait to pull the trigger for when they were in San Antonio or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, but the match itself was shit, you know?
Of course. But even that, like the Thunder Rosa wasn't having good matches for a long time ever since she left the NWA. So,
what is her status? Is she still with the company?
Commentator. She's a commentator at the moment.
AEW?
Yeah, she's doing the Spanish commentary with Angelico and all them.
Oh Lord! Well, I guess they had to find to do something because she's still on the payroll, right?
Because wasn't there a rumor that they had like a meeting before they brought her back where they sat her and all the women down to be like, hey, she's returning. We need to all settle our shit.
Really? Oh.
That's the rumor.
I know Thunder Rosa is a little spicy, but I didn't think she was that much of a thing in the locker room.
No.
Who knows? I mean, all these James, all these people, they seem to like be full of their own shit once they go there. So they're all probably imagine a bunch of people full of themselves, just conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we all, I've been saying it for a while. It's, they all think that they're, freaking legendary superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're an AEW.
Oh, and Saraya looks horrible.
People in Impact don't act like that. People
no, they don't.
Honor don't act like that.
I actually watched Impact this week, Zeus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell us about it. I'm curious. Tell us about it.
Were you trying to relieve a greater pain?
I thought maybe I could just watch some simple, nondescript, not too much invested in wrestling, just something between the ropes and I have to admit I didn't leave it on for the full 2 hours, but it was not good. It was okay. It wasn't the Motor City Madmen were wrestling. Okay, all right, fine. Hardcore country, yeah, Mickey James, all right, go away. It was like, okay, it's, I mean, it was all right, I mean, I did mark out for PCO, but other than that, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't, thank God there was no Bully Ray, so I was happy. But other than that, I was like, thank God there's no Matt Taven. I was wondering where he went. Now he's in Ring of Honor. Brutal.
Did you see that meme this week? I think that like Bully Ray may have created it himself or something. I don't know. But it was like people were like, "Oh, when MJF comes to the ring, a lot of smiles and people that are excited to see him and blah blah." And then this guy comes out and it's Bully Ray, and people are like, "Oh yeah." Whatever. I'm like, but Bully Ray, you might have a slight argument, but after him with the thing where, hey man, just be a fan, don't pick on my wife, man.
Oh yeah, oh come on, yeah.
Ability for being a badass. It's like, you're gonna fight this fucking dude, don't fucking sit him down and act like you're his dad.
Yeah. Who looks horrible, guys? Oh my God, he's I don't know what's happened to him in the last year, but he's looking bad lately. Tommy Dreamer. He looks like
he's had spinal fusion surgery and stuff, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's, it's not like he's, he didn't pull a Bull Nakano and lose a whole bunch of weight, as he got older. I mean, he's still a heavy guy that eats, 40 Crystal Burgers.
Yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Joseph. He looks like he's leaning. I swear to God, man, he looks like he's leaning over. I'm like, dude, are you gonna fall? I'm like, I mean, come on, man.
You guys remember when Tommy Dreamer was feuding with Lance Storm and ECW?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, oh, Lance, you're the kind of guy that eats steamed chicken and broccoli with no sauce, and I'm the guy that eats 40 Crystal burgers and gravy and fries and I'm like, oh, that's great. Now I'm hungry. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, but he looks like he's gonna tip over, man. He's not looking good. He's not looking good.
Yeah,
wow.
Still one of my favorite memories of being at a show live is that ECW show in Houston. When I can't remember the guy he was facing. It was one of those guys who was in the Ravens flock in WCW. Was it the guy who had the eye patch? What was that guy's name? Do you remember the guy in WCW who had an eye patch in Ravens flock?
Oh, yeah, not Sick Boy, right?
No,
it wasn't Sick Boy.
No, what? I know you're talking about. I forgot his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they were like right above us. They were like in a seat or two right above us, and Tommy Dreamer was doing something to him, and then he threw his arms out. EC fucking W, and we're all just, my brother and I, just looking up at him like, oh, because he's right there in front of us, right? We're just like, oh, we're freaking out. That was cool.
He shouldn't be taking no more bumps and Impact because this is horrible.
He probably shouldn't be wrestling. I mean, that's you're saying Paige / Saraya looks terrible, right?
Yeah, she doesn't look good either.
She should not be in the ring. She should not be in the ring. She's broken her neck like
she looks like. No, she looks like she needs. Looks like somebody needs to pick her up and crack her back and put her back down.
Well, she did have that one condition, didn't she? Where she shouldn't be wrestling.
Fucked up. Her neck
I'm not even talking about the quality of the wrestling, right? Of course.
No, she looks bad. Yeah.
People go on about how bad her wrestling is right now, and I'm like, well, yeah, she shouldn't be.
Yeah, she shouldn't be wrestling. Not that she can't wrestle. It's like, no, she can't wrestle.
Yeah, like whatever she could do in the past is
right,
is over.
And she can't do it anymore. Right? It's not like she can't wrestle. No, she can't wrestle. You know?
This is really not safe for her to be doing this. Just like it's not safe for Sting to be doing it.
Well, Sting shouldn't be in the fucking ring either. There's another idiot jumping up tables still at like 150 years old.
Terry Funk,
Sting,
Terry Funk showed them the way.
yeah. Terry Funk can't even spell his own last name now. Come on.
Oh damn.
No, but he's right. But you're right. If you're fucking Sting, you're Sting. All you gotta do is stand there and just look awesome, and that's it. You're over. Hey. I mean, you don't need to jump off a fucking third story, thing and onto a table. I mean, hey. I saw him at last year's Revolution dive off a balcony onto a table. Come on, man.
Hey, I just discovered StreamYard has some new stuff. StreamYard has some new stuff here I've never noticed before. We can have background music.
Whoa!
That's what we got you for, Pedro.
Right?
Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's kind of like being just waiting room.
This is weird.
Oh,
I don't know why we need stuff like this. Like,
that sounds like a funeral home.
Yeah.
Okay, you hear this thing? You want to know what the title of this is? I'm not making this up. It's called Feeding the Ducks. Does this make you think of feeding ducks?
I was going to say Jamie's porn house.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll
Like,
turn. I'll
yeah,
stop
baby.
I'll stop that. But I just noticed. Oh, it does say new next to it. I this shows you how little attention I paid.
Yeah, you and I are gonna have a bull rope match, baby. I'm gonna tie you up, baby. Ring that bell. Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. Zeus, what does Dusty Rhodes say when he was making love to his wife? Because Zeus does the impersonation good.
What are we saying?
Like when Dusty Rhodes is making love to his woman, like what all does he say?
Oh my God. Yeah. It's the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, coming at you straight from between the sheets.
Coming at you straight. We should have the music playing.
Yeah.
It's in between the sheets.
Ooh. Yeah, coming at you straight, baby. Dusty Rhodes.
Baby doll wouldn't let me take it to bed, but that's because she
Wait. I gotta bring my friend Damian Priest. Hi. I'm gonna make you a sandwich. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
if you gonna make me
I can imagine a prison dom going, "Hey man, they played that when they first checked me in the jail." Oh my God. Wrestling. So, do you guys think that Cody Rhodes should win?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, this is not based on overness or anything like that, right? This is only based, for me, on just the semantics of moving things forward, because they have to move forward from the Roman Reigns title reign at some point, right?
Yeah.
So if you want things to move forward, you got to do it now. This is the way I feel about it. You got to do it at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes is in place. Just do it there, and you can do whatever later. You know. That's just
Imagine
how
they're trying to break Bruno's reign. 5 years.
They can't do that. No, Bruno was longer than 5 years, wasn't he?
No. Well, he had 2 reigns. The first reign was 5 years, something like that, right? Or
No,
5 years?
8.
No, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
let me look
shit.
this up.
Yeah, because Ivan Koloff is the one that ended it.
Who had 5? Backlund had 5, right?
Yeah, Backlund had 5.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, Bruno Sammartino, May 17th, 1963 till January 18th, 1971. So yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, 8 years.
Like 8
Holy
years.
shit.
And then his second reign was 4 years, from December 73 to April 77. So nearly 4 years for his second reign.
Jesus, no, that's not gonna happen.
So 4 plus 8.
Can you
That's
imagine?
like 12 years. 12 years this guy was champion.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bob Backlund is 78 to 83. So that's like 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was 84 to 88. That's 4 years. Then 89 to 90. But those are, yeah. So, yeah. There's no way they can break 8 years. I mean, how would they keep it fresh? I mean, it would be so difficult.
It was Billy Graham that beat wait a minute. Didn't Billy Graham end the second reign?
And I just had it open. I should have kept it open.
Yeah, because that's who Backlund beat Graham, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it went, well, wait a minute.
Yeah. Billy Graham, superstar Billy Graham ended the second title reign. Yes.
Right.
and then
Backlund won.
Right.
Backlund won it in the next year from.
And then lost it to Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Right.
And then the whole Mania went wild.
Yeah, and of course, Backlund did lose it to Inoki at one point, but it was never,
right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy that Andre the Giant has officially he has a title reign, but it was less than a day.
That's when he sold the belt to DiBiase, right?
To DiBiase, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
But the thing was though, back then it kind of they made it seem like he was they didn't even allow the win.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was after his death that they recognized it, right?
But when it's something funny, they actually made a physical belt for him though.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they changed their mind at the end. They actually made the belt. It was a big fucker because it was made to fit around his waist.
Right.
But they never used it. Some idiot on eBay was trying to sell it for $10,000 or some shit, $8,000 or whatever.
I would think it would be more than that if it was the real thing. I mean, it's not like that dummy that got duped by the fake Buff Bagwell saying.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
Title for $250.
James, I know you needed to go early, right? I apologize. I didn't pay attention.
You can do 3 more minutes. We're good.
Oh, I can't. Y'all continue.
Oh, okay. That was his cue, huh? I think I say you put the belt on Rhodes. I mean, that crowd going to be into it as it would have been Sami Zayn? I don't know, because Sami Zayn shit was over.
Right. It was, but once again, you just the idea of what happens when people go from challenger to champion.
Yeah.
Sting's him in WCW as the NWA World Champion didn't go great. Now, I don't think they.
No, but Zeus, hold on. The thing with Sting was everybody knew he was going to be a good champion, so because it was built in him. I can't say the same thing about Cody.
But the thing is though that with Sting didn't really get he didn't have the feud with Flair was over.
Right.
So and it took them a while to and they did the terrible Black Scorpion thing.
Oh, it was horrible.
So badly. And honestly the only thing that was interesting before that was the kind of the feud with Sid, which probably they could have had that go on longer, but once again after Halloween Havoc ended, they ended that. They ended that.
My thing with Sting was that I remember all my friends saying that guy's going to be an amazing champion one day. I mean, it was in him. And now we've all seen Cody with the NWA strap, and I liked him as NWA champion. I thought he was okay. But can he carry the WWE on his back? I don't know. I mean, he can. I'm not saying he can't, but is he that? I mean, is he that viable a replacement to Roman Reigns? Because the one thing I give WWE credit for, I remember when Roman Reigns first went solo, everybody was like, oh, they're pushing him down our throat. He sucks. You know, like he's never going to be anything because you know, like he's getting this ultra push. They're ramming it down our throat, but it worked. It worked. You know, I mean, can Cody Rhodes be that guy? But I agree with you. I don't think he's going to have a long run at all.
No, I think it'll be short, and I think it'll go back to Roman.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
What?
You know,
No.
you know.
I'm still on call, but you know.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. 'Cause now I got to go anyway. Now I got to shoot up.
Okay.
So.
Well, will we be back next week? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out if we survive the AEW pay-per-view. We'll find out.
Yeah, the pay-per-view none of us will watch.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Well, hey, everyone, take care. Thanks for no one watched, but no, I'm joking. Take care. We'll see y'all next week. I'll play us out with the themes, the opening, since Zeus hasn't seen it. So,
Yeah.
Adios.
Have a good weekend, people. Peace.